September is National Suicide Prevention Month, a time to raise awareness and destigmatize the topic. It also marks the 4th year of a special event at a North Bay tattoo parlor, spurring conversations and raising funds. Petaluma Tattoo is once again hosting Tattoo for Buckelew tomorrow. The all-day event features tattoo artists who will donate their talent and give 100% of the proceeds to Buckelew programs, the North Bay's largest nonprofit provider of mental health services, and their 988 call center. The cause is deeply personal to Petaluma tattoo owner Nick Roden, whose brother Andrew died by suicide. We are joined by Nick Roden. Nick, it's always good to see you. Every year this event seems like it gets bigger, and now you've expanded to a total of 3 studios in Sonoma County, nearly 40 artists. What does it mean to see this cause continue to grow?
It's great. It's great. It makes me really proud, and to honor my brother being part of this. Sorry, excuse me. My brother, kind of fueling this this event that we've started here, and getting the other studios involved has been huge too. Faith Tattoo in Santa Rosa and Hidden Coast Tattoo in Sebastopol. Great friends, and they're really backing me on this all the way.
Yeah, incredible to see the support. People often lining up, an hour before you guys open. Nick, you've been a tattoo artist for more than 20 years. People often get tattoos to help them heal or to mark loss. Can you speak to how cathartic this is for people?
Yeah, it was something that when we started doing these, we saw the immediate healing as they were getting the tattoo, and they were just feeling that the money also too going to helping the root of some of the problem, and everybody really everybody gained something from it, and it felt right. It felt right, and it felt like, well, we can keep doing this because unfortunately, there's a lot of loss out there, and people need to heal, and they need to find different ways to heal and break the stigma of tattoo shops, and that there are places where you can go and do some real healing with.
Yeah, Nick, you have a tattoo for your brother. Can you tell us about it, even show it if you can?
Yeah, I do. Let's see, it is right here. It's a let's see, yeah, it's a rose for him. Oh, can't see it. And then actually when he passed, my father did a little Godspeed tattoo right next to that tattoo. And he doesn't tattoo, so it was pretty special for him to do that next to me, right after his passing. That for me was really healing, to have my father put a tattoo on us while we were both having that moment.
Yeah. I know your brother was a humble man. We've talked about this, and you have said he'd actually be a little embarrassed by the amount of the attention he's getting here. But what does this mean to you, to honor him in this way? How proud would he be to see the work that you're continuing to do in this space?
Yeah, I think he would want to be here. He'd want to work with us. He'd want to, go outside and help sell burgers, or, help shuck oysters. He would be here doing that stuff with me right now, and I wish he was.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about Buckelew Programs, the benefactor of this event. You've raised $44,000 in these last 3 years. How important is the work that they do?
It's huge. And when we first met them, I understood a little bit about what they do, and now it's so great to see, like, the 988 suicide hotline that they operate, the housing that they help with, all the outreach that they do. We meet more and more people in the studio, not during the fundraiser, that have been affected by Buckelew or works for Buckelew or has done something with them, and it's awesome. And to see it feels like, all right, we're raising this money, we see where it goes. This is it in real time.
Nick, the event will have Buckelew there, as well as vendors, other activities. It is never easy to speak about loss, and I know it hasn't been and wasn't easy for you. So how important is it to have this type of community and to create this space for healing, for people to gather and maybe have these conversations?
Yeah, it's everything. It really is. Living in the North Bay, I feel like the community is really tight here. When I got here, I was impressed in the beginning, and I saw room that we could grow the community through tattooing. wasn't necessarily something that happens often, I think, but I think more and more now where people are seeing that tattooing can reach a community in a really important way, and it's permanent. It's something that you're always going to remember. You're always going to look down. You're going to see it, and you remember. Yeah, I did this for my community. I did this with my community, and it's something, you like it or not, it's going to be there forever. So, but I think you could put a good spin on it,
Yeah, Nick, I know as you've sort of opened yourself up to have these conversations, that's part of what led to the support from these other studios that will participate tomorrow. And one of the guys also has a very personal connection to suicide and that. So how have you been surprised by how this has led to more conversations for you?
I have, yeah. A lot of people reach, I've lost this person. I would love to contribute, and that's what I'm trying to do. I think, we only have so much space here at Petaluma Tattoo, and everybody else is, I would love to contribute. How can I do it? And I'm like, well, let's open up more studios to this thing and run it however you like, whatever works for your little community. And I think it's a good thing. It's worked good for us. I think it's going to work good for them. They're going to receive all the fulfillment that we're fulfilling in the community. And yeah, I'm really proud, and it makes me emotional, thinking about how these guys will do this with me. Yeah,
an incredible cause, and you should be proud, brother. We want to show where you can support Tattoo for Buckelew, the suicide prevention fundraiser, Friday, September 13th. That's tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at Petaluma Tattoo. Or you can also go to the other locations that they are having this event. That is Hidden Coast in Sebastopol from noon until close, and Faith Tattoo in Santa Rosa from 10 to 10. Nick Roden, can't thank you enough for joining us, taking the time, sharing that very personal message. We hope you have a great event.
Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and a reminder that if you or someone you know is in need of help, there is a national hotline where support is available 24 hours a day by phone. That number, 988. You can also text 741-741.